Hey, what's up? So today I wanted I want to work on my LinkedIn, and by that I mean I want to like rebrand my LinkedIn. And the reason for this, just to keep it short, is that I think there is a lot of power that comes in sharing the stuff you know or you're curious about. Because once you do that, it feels like you're a teacher of sorts, and once you're a teacher of sorts, it enables you to learn more. Because if you're sharing information, you will make sure that information is accurate, and by doing that, you learn more, much more. You learn much more in the process. Compared to just learning by yourself. Another aspect is I think it's really good for your career to just be able to say, hey, this is what I'm working on, this is what I'm researching, this is what I'm doing. And the third aspect is that I think there's a gap between people who are interested about the AI space and people who are researching the AI space. I kind of want to be the bridge between those two groups. And this largely just enable more research in general, be it America, Nigeria, globally. I think there's a lot more research to be done, and I think there's a lot of curious minds there that just don't know what research is. I think like when people hear research, they think of people like lab coats, and I haven't worn the lab coat in like 10 years now. So let's get into it. So decided to work on my LinkedIn, went straight to the library and just got straight to work with that. What came after my 1 hour work session was a post schedule and a vision for the future. So let's go through it. On Wednesday, I'm gonna be doing 3 posts a week, by the way. So on Wednesday, that's gonna be core AI concepts. It's basically just gonna be core fundamental ideas in the AI space. So it could be back propagation or what is it? Supervised versus unsupervised learning. And the idea is to keep them short tidbits just to get people more familiar with what's going on with AI so they have a better mental image or visual idea and can enable their thinking much more. On Thursday, I have what's cool in AI. The idea of this is not just to take the most popular topics, but to find like niche things. Like I was going through DeepMind. DeepMind is basically Google's AI division branch. I was going through their stuff and I found this paper where it's like they're working on in they're working on using AI to kind of translate or better understand the communication of dolphins and stuff like that is something you wouldn't hear, right? Like typically. So I want to take out those like niche stories that are really cool, maybe explain a bit of the science behind it, and maybe explain a bit of the why. But just like give some tidbits on Thursdays about some cool stuff in the AI space you're not hearing about. I want to take like the popular topics, but the niche ones. And then Friday or Saturday, I want to do some paper explainers. The idea of this one is to take like popular papers or papers I'm interested in and just do a quick post about them, formulated with like what's easy to scan through and get an idea of what's going on. Because on one hand, I think maybe you heard about the paper. If it's a popular paper, you probably heard about like the outcome, what's going to happen next. We don't actually understand what the paper was about. So I want to kind of be that bridge there. Where it's like, hey, this is what the paper's about. Here's X, Y, and Z in the paper, and here's what X, Y, and Z can lead to A, B, and C, blah, blah, blah. So Friday or Saturday, probably Friday or Saturday, honestly, we don't know, will be the paper explainers. And on Sunday, depending on my mood or depending on the week, I could do some reflections. Maybe it could be in my career, maybe it could be in some stuff I'm seeing in the airspace or stuff like that. And when I say airspace, let me kind of like let me try and carve out because AI is very broad. When I say AI space, I mean more so explainability, usability, and education. Those are the three I'm particularly interested in, especially when it comes to the paper explainers. I don't want to just be doing AI because I feel like it leaves it feels very jaga jaga, right? It feels very much so it's not focused enough. I kind of want to streamline that process. I'm also trying to enter more so the explainability aspect of AI. I think stuff like RAG, retrieval augmented generation, my favorite word, do help with that. I do think the education space is important, but I also think they kind of intertwine in the sense that you can't have. It's very hard to have AI in education without that AI being explainable and being trustworthy and reliable, stuff like that, and usable, I guess. I also want to kind of work with more multi-agent systems because I think they're really cool. It's like having your own tailored Avengers in a sense with all unique attributes that accomplish different things for the team and the individual using them. So just stuff like that. That's where my head is at. That's where my vision is at. But yeah, that's the LinkedIn rebranding. Work on some stuff. I do have a new LinkedIn banner if you want to go check it out. It's probably gonna change maybe in 2 months, but um, I'm just working to make my LinkedIn more coherent, make it more so like, okay, Chiku Dao, maybe Chiku, this dude knows his stuff about AI explainability, usability, and education. And if I want something done, if I have a curious thing, or if I have a project that I think he'd be good at, here's this guy. I think beyond the LinkedIn brand, just to pull away from a second, pull away for a second. I don't know, I always mess up my words. To pull away for a second, I kind of want to enable more research in America, Nigeria, and globally, as I said before at the start of this video. I think stuff I want to do is try introducing people into research in small steps. I think baby steps is really going to be the fundamental thing to get this done. I know I'm doing this through different avenues. Like for example, in Tech for Good, we're partnering with the Pitt Computer Science Club to kind of work on a research program to get more people into research, get more people into solo research projects or being research assistants for different cool projects going on in the school. But I think individually, something I want to do is kind of like take those kids maybe in the high school early, the kind of like the start pipeline for this research avenue, like take them from high school and then say, okay, hey guys, this is something you could do, right? You don't have it's not like some mystic art or black magic that only a few capable people are able to do, but it's something you can do. So maybe like have like small competitions, like, oh, okay, go online, find your favorite research papers, make a presentation, explain what the research paper is about, and explain possible outcomes or possible stuff that could follow through from this paper or implications, and maybe give like a $500 reward prize. And I think stuff like that is a very cool way to kind of get people's minds more into the research route. Because I really do think research is something that's so valuable, so much fun, and just a great way to think. But yeah, even though like I don't know, I feel part of me feels obligated to talk about the research funding cuts, but that like speaks for itself. But I do think even with that happening now, I think it only just makes it more I'll use this word. I think it only makes it more quintessential to do research. Just make sure I use the word the right way. But I do think it's a fun thing. I do think everyone, even if you're busy or have a job, should just be into research. Quintessential is not the right word. Really. Man, that sucks. It's more essential. I think the funding cuts into research make it more essential to do research. I have no idea what's going on outside my apartment. I've been hearing storms. I've been hearing like sirens. I don't know if like the whole city evacuated and I just didn't evacuate, but something's crazy going on outside. Hopefully everyone's okay. I pray they're okay. I hope everything is going on. I just hope everyone's okay. But yeah, research is essential. I do think everyone should do it. And even if like you have a job, just like think of stuff you're interested in. It could be in the politics of the United States of America. It could be in sea lions. It could be in the Western comics industry versus the Eastern manga industry, and just like why one works better than the other. And it could be like, oh, it's a actually I'm not even getting that whole tangent. But it could be that, or it could be chairs, it could be tables, it could be ramen, cup noodles, it could be light bulbs, it could be there's very interesting stuff when it comes to light bulbs and batteries. If you don't know, just find something you're interested in about and like become so fascinated where you just like learn small stuff in your free time. Because it's a really great way to think, it's a really great way to live your life, and it's really awesome. But besides that, I have nothing else to say, so have a great day.